Hey everyone, I just want to give you a quick look at how to use the new winter system that we just released for the conifer forest and for the birch forest. So if you open up the conifer forest, this is the example map that it ships with, and I'm going to show you how to set up the winter with it. We actually have a special map set up already. It's called the conifer example procedural winter. You could open this one up, but I'm going to show you how to convert this one into winter. So the first thing we have to do is go into the levels view, and then there's a separate level for the lighting. So we want to get rid of this one and load the one for the winter. Delete it, and then go to lighting, levels, add lighting, and then we have one that's called lighting winter. So you want to add this one. This one already has everything set up. As you can see, there's already the winter blueprint and the winter blueprint. The winter blueprint you can use to control the snow. This is the amount of snow, how much snow it actually is going to be to cover everything. The maximum value is 2. The snow accumulation time, how much time it actually takes for the snow to reach 100%. So this is in seconds. Just for demonstration, I'm going to turn this down to 30. And then the other value is the autumn amount. This controls the autumn effect on all the foliage. If you turn this to 0, it's just going to show the default color, and if you turn it to 1, it's using the autumn color. Okay, so what we have to do as well, if you go back to levels and then right click that just imported lighting sublevel and make sure it's always loaded. So you go to change streaming method, always loaded. If you don't do this and run the game, it won't show up. So set that to always loaded. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is go into materials and then go to master and then go to function. And if you scroll down, there's a function called MW winter. So you want to open this one up. By default, the snow effect is turned off on all the materials, because it obviously adds a couple more instructions, and if you don't need it, it's best to leave it off. So inside that function, you want to go for the winter switches. There's a couple of them. So you select them, and then you're going to set them to default. So they actually all turn on, so they all say true. You can also do this through the perimeter defaults. It's all the way at the bottom. See here, use winter, so you can tick it on there. And then you have to recompile all the shaders. We'll close that window. You see it's going. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So all shaders have been recompiled, and now we're actually ready to go and have a look at the snow. Let's play the game. So you can see it immediately gets all covered in snow. Within 30 seconds it's going to reach 100%, and the particle system is going in the direction of the wind. And you can see you just walk around. So that's pretty much it to actually get it activated. So back into the editor. As you can see, it's a runtime effect. It doesn't show up in the editor. You can actually preview the snow in the editor. If you go back to materials, master, and then go to parameters, there's a material parameter collection that you can open up. There's a couple of values in there. The autumn volume is in here, so you actually never want to change any of these. They're driven by the blueprints. But if you want to preview the snow, you can actually change the snow amount and set it to 4. And you can see the maximum amount of snow. Of course, you can also dial this in and see how the effect is happening in between, or just leave it in here if you want to check the different stages. You shouldn't really save this, because the next time you're going to open up the map, for example, if you set this to 4 and then you save the map and reopen it, Unreal will respawn all the procedural foliage on top of the snow. So that fern that is now covered by the snow will actually sit on top of it. And so the next time you set this to 0, the fern will be floating. So that's why we do all this at runtime. But of course, this is a neat way to preview the snow effect. So let's set this back to 0. Okay, that's the basic setup. It's really simple to use. Of course, you can control a lot more about the snow in the different materials. For example, let's have a look at the rocks. If you go to a rock master material, you open this one up, and then there's a group called snow, and there's a bunch of stuff you can change. So we actually have a couple of switches in here and different values that you can set. If you want to know what they do, you can go into our documentation and read up on them. The most interesting one might be the use directional snow. This one actually helps to have snow accumulate on the side of trees in the direction of the wind, so that's kind of a neat effect. And on the ground as well, it's going to have like snow traveling, getting blown by the wind across it. And that's it. Get the update and have fun playing with our new snow. Thanks.